chat. Are we here? Are we back? How are we? Do you hear me right now? Hi? Okay. Yes. Awesome. That's perfect. Hi, Vix. Hi, Leda. We got this. There was a little bit of dialogue before this, but I'm sure it's fine. I don't really understand what's going on. But let's just go. Let's just get right into it. I'm done waiting. It's a shame. I wanted to have a look at your face. I reckon you won't tell us where your star is, right? Chat, how scary was this? Oh, right. Actually, I should put the warnings back up. There's a lot of warnings. Here's the warnings. There's a lot of them. Apparently the clown warning is false. Do we see the warnings on screen? Because that's the warnings. There's a lot of them. But I'm sure it's fine. Like hell I am. I'm taking Blank's location to the grave with... ... Damn it. Where was Blank supposed to be again? My memories are escaping me too quickly. Right. No mouth. Which in turn means we won't learn how to acquire it from this person. Can I end them now? Sure. Huh? Hey, what's that noise? Don't tell me. Panther, did you allow yourself to be tracked? No, there was no one that could have pursued me. Perhaps a wild animal? This is not the sound a beast would make. It's... a bus? How did it even end up here? Must have taken a wrong turn. Whew, the price they'll pay for taking the wrong road will be heavier than they expect. Oh! Alright then. Is stream okay? I see OBS screaming at me. Oh, of course it's buffering. It bested Lion's strength. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, fancy sounds. It's very eerie. If my eyes are still right, then you will reach the harbor of glory. Who is that? Who are you? The nameplate says Faust. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I've always been confused on that name. I've seen it before. I just never know how to pronounce it. You've lost your way in a dark forest. I'm sorry, what? Yet you are not overcome with fear. Why was that? That's... not buffering right now. I could simply lift my head to find the star. That's right. Now, repeat with the heart while I tell you aloud as you remind yourself of that image. Follow your star. What is this? Follow your star. At that moment, I felt a sudden thump in my head, followed by the sting of several chains penetrating my chest. Wow. Yeah, so painful. Sure, that looks very painful, I guess. Relax. Though it may feel otherwise, your heart is still functional. With this, the pact has been sealed. Dante, from this day forth, we are bound to your time. What do you... The beating of our hearts now depends on where your hands fall. Damn. I hope you'll make a fine leader. Our... Oh, you guys were talking about this character earlier. Is that really everything? A single apple has fallen. This guy's still not making any sense. Rhodium? Jeez, the weight was killing me. Finally some action now? Well, I guess we could use a little warm-up. You guys were talking about this character too! What is that wretch miserably writhing on the ground? Are they to be the newest addition to the team? You might want to watch your words. I heard that's our soon-to-be boss. The attack must have happened in an instant. I'm impressed you managed to hide your head. Who are you people? And what's up with this bus? I'm wondering that too. What is up with the bus? We are bearers of justice who have come to aid you, and this is the magical bus that takes us wherever we wish to go. But I can't remember the theme song, but I'm thinking of the Magic School Bus. Justice? Bus? Wasn't that what you expected to hear? Either way, you're better off believing us to be your saviors. We're racing against time and the situation isn't in our favor, so let me explain this once. After some time passed, so, if I'm not mistaken here, and I do as you've said, those total strangers will fight for me. Correct, so long as you give them the right orders. Alright, so we'll kill these arrogant vandals dead. Then I'll go back to where I was. And... ... What was I doing? Where was I when I did that? Something extremely important was upon me. Something I shouldn't forget. Calm down. It's only natural to happen with your current head. You should focus on the struggle at hand, Dante. Chloe, pardon. I'm not sure how I should address you. Would Commander Clock suffice? In any case, we await your orders. Do we really need orders? It seems like going one-on-one is the only way. Huh? Hey! Quit running off your mouths. We just need to crush them all. Please do your best, Dante. There's no two ways about it, I suppose. Ah! No, I don't want to open the weather. Go away. Okay. Corroded sinners will lash out indiscriminately, so be careful. What is happening? This story is confusing so far. Oh! What the? Combat! Alright! Hi! Ah. I see that the stream's delayed again. Maybe. Yes? Very delayed. Right. Awesome. Let us begin by learning the basics of combat. Please direct your attention to the dashboard here. You'll be using the dashboard to relay your commands to the sinners. Oh, I get it now. This is hell. Also, the game's kind of loud. Oh. There are settings now. Okay, you'll be using the dashboard to relay your commands to the sinners. You'll find each sinner's skills on the dashboard. The control scheme is simple. Simply drag from the left. Oh, what am I doing? No, stop, go away. I clicked on a thing, that won't go away. Oh, alright. Okay. The control scheme is simple. Simply drag from the left end of the dashboard to the right to chain the skills, and you are ready to enter the combat scene. Allow me to guide your hand. Press and hold the gear. Oh. Whoa. I press the gear on the right to start the combat phase. Oh my lord. And that is how you, the manager, issue your orders. Let us try it again. Look at the dashboard, grab the chain from the lift gear, and connect the skills alongside the guiding line to command us to use them. Okay, once that, and that, and that. Whoa. I don't understand what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. This is not working very well. No, please issue a command. Oh, what? It wants me to do it on my own? What do these even do? Chat, I'm a little lost. What do I do? Chat, help me. I don't know why I've opened settings. What does this do? What do they do? Chat. I just gotta click random once. And I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, we are in the tutorial now, yeah. Does that do something? Do the green glowy things mean anything? I don't think I did very well. I don't think I picked my things very well. I don't know what these mean. That. Help. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick random ones again. Oh, wait, I see. I think. Wait. No. Oh, I don't know, chat. There is strategy. Do you want me to help in VC or no? I don't think my computer can handle it. Defeat. I died, chat. I don't get it. This is what Lion struggled against? Whoa, hang on. I know this is kind of weird coming from someone you were just fighting, but I'm pretty sure we can't talk this. Oh. Oh! This is unideal. Huh? I knew it was a ridiculous idea to put up a fight against them. Uh-oh. I killed them, guys! I may have killed them! What the hell is going on? You said you'll fight in my stead. We never promised to win said fights. What? And it seems that if I'm the only survivor... Pay attention to the line for the skills. Okay, so you were waiting for this? Oh! I don't want to stretch it. How'd I do that? No, stop. I can't unstretch it. Hold on. I got it. Not necessarily a trump. No, rather. It's about following the star. What is this, some kind of suicidal performance? Not the funnest lives to end. What am I supposed to do? Closer the point where they intersect is to the enemy, the more likely you are to win. Though this fight is a scripted loss. Oh, okay. Getting your ass beat is part of the tutorial. Oh, okay. What am I supposed to do? They jumped in triumphantly only to die like flies. Gah, I can't remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said. Is this how I die? Tell the serpent this, false lion. This flow cannot be stopped. Grr, gah. Red? But why? Arg! Do you know why I only dismembered those two? Because at least one of you needs to be able to carry the rest out here. And you're the only one left to offer them any help. The red gaze. Don't glare at me like that. This is nothing compared to what you did. With wounds like those, I'm sure your boss will recognize that you did your part. Consider them a medal of honor. Unless you want this to be the end of your life? Who are you one of them? You're too late. They're already... No one is too late, Dante. There's only one thing we need. A little time to rewind. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by a sharp pain in my chest, as though my heart were being torn asunder. Wait, this is the guy. Surely this is the guy Dante's Inferno. It isn't... He's the guy that went through the 9 circles of hell without dying, I think. Gah! I'm so good at voice acting. Engulfed in a deluge of torment, twisting and squeezing my entire body, I let out an agonizing scream. You... Gerg... In my fading consciousness, the only thing I could perceive was the deceased's flesh reconstructing in a bizarre manner. You'll suffer a plenty from now on, Dante. And the voice of the man with red eyes... I don't know! A status... Okay, never mind. I hear the howl of a beast somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. Is it wailing out of hunger? Or... they're being itchy-twitchy. Did they get up? Awake at last. I would have been a tad bit disappointed if you croaked on us. Fresh morning. This is Charon, the bus driver. It's not morning, but I could guess it's refreshing. How do you feel, Dante? Like I'm gonna murder you! I don't know. If you did something to me, I don't really know what's going on. Well, tick-tocking like a clock. Sigh, some language barrier this is. You may call me Virgilius. If you can understand what I'm saying, give me some kind of reaction, Dante. I gave him a quick nod since he didn't seem hostile. Good. At least your hearing is functional. Let's ride, Charon, whatever. Now departing. Vroom vroom. There was a heavy roar and vibrations, as though they echoed from the bottom of a deep mine. It was then that I realized I was aboard a bus. A bus. I can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past. Do you remember who you were? All the main characters are from famous literature. You just, Huh. Do you remember who you were? I shook my head to say no. I had been reminded that my head was now a clinking mechanism. I suppose you want your memory back, am I right? I nodded. I sure feel like an idiot. Smooth as it gets. What's to stop the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication? Any words of yours, Miss Faust? I'm just gonna go with Faust. Faust will kindly turn down the offer. I doubt we'll have that much freedom over our own bodies most of the time. She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair that glistens even without sunlight gives off a rather mysterious air. Charon? Okay. Goose, you have really wise words. Potatoes. They're very nice. Very wise. Alright, I need to stop opening that. Dante. Dante? Come to think of it, the red-eyed man has been calling me that too. Dante is your name. The amnesia must be affecting you rather severely. Sure looks like it. That doesn't sound like a familiar word. You'll get used to it in time. Wait, you can understand me? The group that attacked me earlier, Virgie, or whatever he was called, seemed to hear nothing but ticking from me. Faust can hear what you intend to speak. You really can? But how? I don't even have a real mouth. Outdated ideas must be one of the side effects that came with your head replacement. It's anachronistic to think that vocal organs such as the cords or tongue are necessary to participate in conversation. Damn, okay, calling me stupid? Okay, hold on. No, I won't stream. Stream running better is more important to me. Okay. Anachronistic. Right, never considered that. You can limit the recipient of your words to one person, or choose to speak to everyone at once. A little clarification, when I say everyone, I'm only referring to the sinners. Sinners? The people who have taken seats behind you, and the ones who fought in your stead until moments ago. What Hoko? So thou art the final piece that completes our journey's cast. How I have yearned for this moment. Say, pal, where'd you sell your old cranium off? So it was you. Thanks for putting my spine back into one piece. Were you a surgeon or something in the nest? Everyone, quiet. Nothing is more displeasing than to hear a choir of noises. I suppose you all owe them a brief introduction. I'll give you time to make yourselves known, starting with the closest one. Go on. Why is it always the ones in front that go first? I'm sick of taking any sort of lead now. I heard you were going to be our boss, or, yeah, our manager. Manager? Yep, which is why I was real curious to meet you and, tisk. Forming the right sentences is tough work. Dunno what you did with your old head, but I guess everyone has their story. I'm Gregor. We're in this together, manager bud. Okay. Linger, I don't know what that word is. I can't read cursive. This sinner is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality. However, an upsurge of emotion or sudden change of environment may cause parts or the whole of his body to transform into insectile, notably skin to carapace, resembling that of the blank tissues, insectile tissues. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obligated to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he can still be reasoned with, and you can get around him without much difficulty as long as you learn the knack of it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn the quality up a little bit because I can't read. Okay, come on. Where are my settings? I can't change the settings anymore. This is annoying. Whatever. Greg, they aren't just your bud or pal. You're talking to the person who will make us filthy rich. Greg? Rich? What's that about? Let's see, what's better? Dante, don't mind if I call you by name. You can call me Rodia? Pakon, Rodian. The unfortunate traits of being Backstreet's born are apparent in this sinner. She loves money, gambling, and betting, so it is advised to pay close attention to her as the manager. She tends to deflect orders with an unimpressive wink or a silly joke. We recommend taking a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may be down at irregular intervals. There's nothing you can do to aid her in that state, so we recommend waiting for it to pass. This is a lot to keep track of. I think there's a, good reason you became our manager. I'm sure. You used to be a big deal back in the nest, right? When your old habits start coming back, we'll be that much closer to rolling in the dough. Hoo-hoo. She does have sociability. I'll give her that. Oh gosh, look at me keeping on. Hey kid, it's your turn next. Good day. Oh, boring. That's it? Oh, I am Sinclair. Even with the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, this sinner seems to get particularly startled, or frown when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment. Meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mild as split innards. As for split innards, pretty... ugh. As there may be those with violent tendencies among your crew, we recommend taking an approach focused on positive reinforcement with the sinner. He appears to possess a murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. Vogel. This boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he even join this company of his own accord? Is there anything else I need to say? I've never worked for a company before. Well, you'll learn the ropes in the coming days. Okay then, how about you next, nerdy pal? I am Yiseng. Yiseng? I think that's how you say it. Formerly the youngest chief researcher at the Redacted Wing, this sinner possesses higher intelligence compared to most others. We estimate that everyday conversation with the sinner will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Money and gambling. Hooray! The stream delay is awful, but yes. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk on its own, however, if the sinner remains silent for a long time, that means he is currently processing a line of deliberate thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him. That's it? No smoke or mirrors. I waited for him to reveal that he was pulling a prank or something, but he just stared vacantly into the window, disinterested. I can't believe you people. Aren't proper introductions the first step to becoming a member of society? Call me Ishmael, if you please. Is that how you say it? I don't think that's how I say it. You may be disheartened by the defective state of many of your sinners, but do not worry. This sinner is one of the few who could carry out most missions without much complaint. She is likely to make reasonable judgments, so it is a good idea to start conversations while looking her way if you're seeking sound advice. However, you mustn't forget the sinner has survived an absurd voyage in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep. Once you take a wrong turn with her, it will be a difficult task to regain her trust. I heard you glued our bodies back together from pieces. I look forward to working with you. She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. Although she emphasized sociality, she didn't feel like the most amicable sort. Sorry to disappoint, because I don't care too much for fitting in. Name's Heathcliff. Used to be a professional wrecker, for property and people alike. This bat's got revenge on it. This guy's kind of cool. This sinner prefers to take action rather than wait for logic to dictate his course. It is really difficult to read this. His thoughts and feelings are blatantly visible in his demeanor, and he has no intention of hiding them. His brashness may cause I don't know what that word is, for physical injury, leading to a headache. In the process of forming a relationship, please do note that this is not an indication of serious damage to the sinner's thought process. If his fit of rage persists, please contact the Human Resources Department. Once you realize that he is the type that tends to be simple-minded, you'll have an easier time handling him. Not under anyone's orders, mind you. I only did it to buggers that got on my nerves. So you'd better watch it. I'm deathly allergic to cocky gaffers who think they can boss me around. I don't think I've done anything to give that impression yet. 'Tis my turn to speak. I am done. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. There is no sinner that can outmatch this one's level of passion if we were to measure it. An avid, I don't know what that word is, of all things fixer, she adorns herself with a variety of fixer-related merchandise. They won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there's no need for you to restrict her from keeping her decorations. She is deeply immersed in the role of righteous fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerisms akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It is advised to play along with her for a smooth mission. I am a fixer who shall sprint for the dreams side by side. A pleasure to have thee. A fixer? That definitely feels like a term I used to know. Dost thou wish to know what it is? I can answer thy question. Fixers are protectors of the city. Ah, perchance thou mayst struggle to remember the city. 'Tis... I believe I said this was for brief introductions. Ugh. Don't make me say it twice. Next. My name's Hong Lu. I hope we can get along well. A sinner who had lived an affluent life before becoming our company's asset. As such, he has a certain admiration for a free life, but occasionally he may make ignorant and unsavory questions in regards to the food cooked by a certain other sinner or other aspects of the low lives lowly culture. This can cause significant irritation for the other sinners. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in his curiosity-driven inquiries, so it is ill-advised to let them get physical over it. There's a lot of people! Wow, and look at you. Isn't that a fascinating head there? A popular model these days, I suppose. No, this isn't that kind of... It's not of my interest, though. The hell's wrong with your attitude? Heathcliff looked to be just moments away from swinging his bat, but when he realized the red gaze laid on him, he grunted and sat back down. It's Ryoshu. Ryoshu. As they say, every person has their own creed, and it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some creeds, you will have difficulty in even simply pretending to sympathize. You'll notice that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker whose eyes shine with a euphoric gleam only during battle. Thank you for the pronunciation help. She believes that senselessly destroying the enemy's heads is an uncultured act and a step backward for art. Caution. This sinner's background is one that even our company may have trouble handling. It is advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you. Sure is nice to meet ya. At what point was I supposed to laugh? Mersalt? Please refer to me as such. Oh, he looks cool. Wants clear and concise commands, requiring no judgment on his part. Oh, that's a really simple bio. Alright. You're pretty polite. This isn't anything special. I'm simply behaving normally. I'm almost touched. Merci. Yes. Felt as if something were gravely amiss with him, but I can't seem to pin it down exactly. And then Utis. The way she scanned me up and down was a little daunting. Daunting. It's not Dante that's being daunting. It's Dante that's being daunted. I felt almost compelled to bow to her, but she stopped me with a motion of her hand. Please, I would never make my manager grovel before me. My name is Utis. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Okay. I would like to apologize for my rudeness earlier. This sinner could serve as an excellent advisor, depending on your capability. However, she also has a meddlesome tendency, so it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She's an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable for your mission. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technologies. You could trust her with simple repairs of the bus. Notice, unlike the other sinners, accessing records pertaining to the past of the sinner is not permitted. Warning, keep an eye on the sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. Rudeness? Haha. Oh, please. Your generosity is a humbling sight. I knew at first glance that you have what it takes to lead us. Huh? Sorry? Well, most humans cause noise and friction as a result of confrontation. Some are able to reap mutual benefits from coming head to head. It could be compared to the relationship between a blade and a whetstone. I vow to serve you with unrivaled devotion, Executive Manager. My blade is yours to wield. This is a lot of talking. That's reassuring. Thanks. I gave her an approving nod, even though I still don't get what she meant by her rudeness. I'm amazed at how you could sing such bold-faced high praise not too long after calling them a miserably writhing wretch. I think I see now. Seems I am the last. Faust is the name. The sinner who developed the engine of that's a word. Okay, of Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles, the bus operated by Limbus Company. She claims there's no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom. and she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing, but as seen with how she treats everyone with subtle gestures of arrogance, there is no hope of her parting with it, ever. We recommend simply nodding once and getting over it. Even though she has an unparalleled genius, we can't quite figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to find out. A genius with whom you're lucky to cross paths even once in your life. Oh, she's haughty. Sounds like you aren't convinced, Dante. Well, it's fine. You'll come to learn, all in due time. Learn what? That Faust is indeed a brilliant mind. When a proverbial tree falls, the fact of its sound cannot become truth when the outside observer fails to recognize it. Okay. That's enough greetings. Dante, let me explain your new occupation. You mean as the manager? They're asking if the job you're about to explain is that of a manager. Come to think of it, that red-eyed man couldn't hear me, unlike the sinners. That's correct, Executive Manager Dante. You will embark on a trip to the Inferno with the 12 sinners who've just introduced themselves. The Inferno? Why should I go to hell? Yeah. They're asking why they need to travel to the Inferno. How about this? Treasure awaits at the end of the road. Would that suffice? You mean I used to be a treasure hunter or something? They can't seem to get you at all. I did not ask for your understanding, Dante, nor was this a question of your willingness. You'll have to listen to me if you want to reclaim your memories and original head. I mean, I do want them back, but they're hesitant. Miss Faust, what will we do if Dante keeps on refusing to cooperate? This was not a scenario we anticipated. Preposterous. Faust anticipates every possibility. Dante, once you've completed all your missions, you'll be able to engrave the aspect. I can promise you that. Aspect. A word that strikes my mind intensely. Even though my memories are gone, my underlying instincts are responding strongly to it. Led by intuition, I make my choice. See there? They're nodding. Good. Then we can continue. By the way, Karan, why isn't the bus leaving? Were you dozing off? A bus driver only snoozes at rest spots, Verg. Weirdos were hanging around in front of Mayfi. I told you, Karan, if anything happens with the bus, you've got to let me know right away. Mayfi? Who's that? Oh, I have to say the word again! Mephistopheles. String delay, you called Faust hot. I said haughty, as in, like, arrogant. The name of this bus and the engine that runs it. And Faust's magnum opus cordis. An ideal ferry boat to bear us across the Inferno. Wouldn't you agree, Dante? I wasn't sure what he was getting at, so I turned away to look through the window instead of giving him a reply. Looks like they're just another pack of dirty rats living in the back streets. This is just the right time, Dante. They should make perfect targets for practicing your command. Dante, I skipped over many details during our first battle. We were short on time, after all. However, we'll be slaughtered frequently if no improvements are made to your strategy. And in turn, you'll have to endure senseless pain over and over again to revive us. Pain. Revive. You mean what happened earlier was... Yes, we were brought back to life because you turned back the clock. I don't believe that much is necessary, Miss Faust. Save the chatter for later. Sinners off the bus. Allow me to elaborate on combat. More tutorial? You could send every sinner into battle at once, yes, but commanding so many personnel at once will not be an easy task. Therefore, I will inform you of the appropriate number of participants depending on the particularities of each battle. For this occasion, 5 sinners will make an appropriate force. Select the 5 sinners you would like to deploy for this battle. Select the lower half of each sinner's cards to deploy them. Select Yi Sang. Well done. Select the rest of your sinners you would like to deploy for this encounter. That guy, that one, I guess. Select 2 battle to begin the encounter with the currently deployed sinners. Mephistopheles. The boss's name. Alright. These 7-sided icons floating above both the allies and enemies are called skill slots. Because you haven't issued a command by chain skills yet, the allied skill slots are currently empty. Grab the chain to the 2 leftmost skills on the dashboard. From left and right. Wait, I'm confused already. Well done. Now select the gear on the right to issue your command, and the sinners will enter the combat case using the skills you've equipped for them. Start. Now, please issue a command. Well, I've gotten myself stuck in settings. Hold on. I wanna... No, whatever. Oh, I've messed it up. Oh, never mind, it went away. Okay. Okay, they seem to be the same. A clash occurs when the sinner and their target both use attack skills against each other. In a clash, their power is determined primarily by the skill they are using to clash. And in this clash, between the 2 skills, the skill with the higher power wins. Pay attention to the enemy's coins. When a skill loses a clash, it will lose a coin. even if a skill loses a clash, as long as it has remaining skill coins, the two skills will continue to flip their coins and clash until one of them loses all the coins. The skill that lost all its coins in this clash will conclusively lose the clash. That means that the unit that won the clash gets to attack, while the unit that lost does not. This is a lot. Let's see how power, which determines the outcome of a clash, is calculated. Please issue a command. Okay, yeah, I think they're all the same. This number is the skill's base power before it flips any coins. This number is the skill's coin power. You can see how many coins these skills have. The number of coins determines two things: how many times the skill can lose a clash before losing all its coins, how many times the skill hits when it attacks. Each coin that flipped heads will be added to the coin power of that skill to the base power of that same skill. The formula for a skill's final power is as follows: base number plus number of coins that heads x coin power. Coins that heads will go. The resultant skill power is displayed here. Ishmael's loggerhead skill has the higher skill power, so the enemy's skill loses a coin. As seen in this example, they will continue to clash until one of them has no more coins left to flip. The unit with remaining coins ultimately wins that clash. Remember, winning clashes is one of the most fundamental aspects of winning the battle. Oh. The blue. I don't know what the blue line means, but it means something. Whoa. I did it, guys. I did it, chat. You're looking much more useful than before, Dante. They all got away, save for one, though. Shouldn't we go after them? They're worried over the foes we lost. No need for concern. That's the direction we were heading anyway. Karen? Pedal touches metal. Up for an exciting ride. After you the sinners you have deployed in the last encounter will automatically be selected for the next, saving you the trouble of selecting them again. Feel free to change them before entering the battle, however. Select the To Battle button. This is too much thinking. This time, let us learn about SP, or sanity points. SP has a maximum value of 45 and a minimum value of negative 45. Please note that the sinner's SP values can also be viewed here, next to these orbs adjacent to the portrait icons on the dashboard. Now, please issue a command. Oh, hi. Each unit's SP values change based on certain triggers. They tend to heal SP with favorable triggers, winning clashes or killing enemies, and lose SP with unfavorable triggers. The higher the unit's SP value, the higher the chance to flip heads when flipping skill coins. The allied units all won their respective clashes in the previous turn, which healed their SP. This put us in a favorable position. Please issue your next command. Please direct your attention to this unit's HP health point bar. HP bar. This thin line here is called the stagger threshold. When a unit's HP drops below the stagger threshold, they become staggered. Staggered units cannot take any action and take double the damage, which puts them at a significant disadvantage in battle. Awesome. Oh, it does two different things now. Looks the same. I don't know. Okay. It wants to go closer to that. Let's go with that one. That one. You have put the remaining enemies in panic states by defeating their allies of the previous turn, which dropped their SP. When an enemy's SP drops below a certain threshold, they may enter a low morale or panic states, which inflicts them with negative effects. Units in low morale or panic states are marked by this label. Each unit gains different effects from entering low morale and panic states. Select this icon to learn what effects this unit is suffering from. Overwhelmed panic does not act for this turn. I did it! Give me a second. What is it? I joined this company because I was told that I'll be able to advance my career without slowing down. But right now, it's nothing but meaningless violence, like we're rats or something. I object to its meaninglessness. Those were evildoers who attacked us. Please, just be quiet for a moment. Anyway, if all we're going to do is beat up people under orders like hired thugs, I'll have to consider changing jobs sooner or later. Haven't you read your contract? Resignation is not permitted. Do you think the contract has any sway if it's based on lies? Of course it does. There were no lies on it. Huh? You didn't think you told me how this was pronounced. Mephistopheles was built to be a mere means of transportation, did you? Mephi is always hungry. It keeps crying. The bus gets hungry? When the engine ingests fuel, it yields a byproduct. Using that, you can grow more powerful. I'm sure Yi Sang knows this well. When all possibilities are drawn from the mirror, there is no limit to one's growth. Is the self in the mirror my reflection, or another being entirely? Possibilities? You draw what exactly? Like the extract button. Oh. Woo. Do I click? Woo. With impeccable swiftness, I will render them silent. Ooh. You've acquired a new identity. Collecting new identities and ego will be contributive to improving our combat performance. Now let us return to battle. Battles can be accessed via the drive window. Inferno. Selva Oscura. Possibilities. Enter. This is a lot of things to click. Select the top part of the center cards to sort them out for a different identity. Select Tina, Ishmael, if you will. From this menu, you may select one of the identities you have extracted to deploy them into battle. Please select the whatever identity. Good work. Selecting identities appropriate for the particularities of each battle is the path to victory. Now select the to battle button. I see. This is what that was about. There's no need to get impatient, Ishmael. As the bus goes onward, you'll naturally take on more important tasks than beating the life out of random crooks. I know you're eager to achieve your goals, but do try to have patience. Tish. Tick. I don't know. I've never known how to pronounce it. Blah, 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 blah. I can do words. Okay, since this works by whisking out one of our limitless possibilities from the mirrored world, it'll have overwritten a part of our memories. You'll get used to it in no time. Whoa, hang on. That sounds a bit dangerous, don't it? What if I'm no longer my old self by the end? ... Don't mistake yourselves for the ship of Theseus. While it's true that you borrow the identities and memories, the system is designed to ensure you don't lose control over your own existence. Different though your reflection may be, it is bound to vanish once you walk away from the mirror. How our capability grows ultimately depends on you, Manager Dante. It is up to you to place the most effective figment of possibility on us at the right times. I believe that is what you call a metamorphosis. Yes, I suppose you could say it's a form of transformation. Golly, where'd you learn big words like that? I picked it up. My prior profession required meeting people with various occupations. That's a word. Verwindlung, huh? Done chatting? Let's make the way first. You'll spend more time together than you'd ever ask for, so keep that convo for later. Select a unit to view their detailed information and learn a character's basic stats. This is where you view the unit's list of skills and upgrade progress. Select an enemy. Each unit has resistance values. Use these values to determine what attack type or affinity they are weak against. Each skill's damage is classified by 2 categories, 3 attack types and 7 sin affiliates. The target's resistance to these categories can either increase or reduce the damage dealt. A higher resistance value on a unit means they will take more damage from that damage type. Check your enemy's weaknesses and select the points that can exploit them to deal more damage. In most cases, the unit with the leftmost skill on the dashboard will be the first to act among allies. Starting from the allied unit highest on the deployment order, an ally gains one additional slot with every passing turn. This means that they gain an extra opportunity to attack. Use one of these buttons to let the Sinner's skill use. It must be emphasized that using the Sinner's to make their own strategic choices could lead to suboptimal combat performances. The Clash Outcome Forecast appears at the top of the screen between each selected skill. Please note that the forecast is not always perfect, but is serviceable when quick decisions are necessary. Road's clear, but Verg, Mayfie could have run over them just fine. Huh? What did I fight for, then? Sensing a rattling agitation in my gestures, Virgilius stepped in. Calm yourself, Dante. It's not right to ask a toddler to run when it has yet to take its first steps. You'll need every opportunity to try and walk before you're made to run. Furthermore, Dante, as the manager, it's your job to manage your staff. And I am the guide. I decide where we go and how we arrive there. Do you get it? Don't argue with me. How am I supposed to not question a stranger who can't even hear me? I heard ticking, so what did they say, Miss Faust? Nothing much. Some verbose agreement that was. A nod should be enough to let me know that you approve, Dante. Now, Mayfie, off we go. Woohoo. I like this one. How are you feeling, Karan? Extreme excitement. About to walk on air, reports Karen. Good. So, where are we going? Virgilius, they'd like to know the destination. Sorry, I believe I told you that already, Dante. Just win rate all the time. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But just where are we going? With his sigh, the bus shuddered and started to rumble forward. Whoa. Tisk. Now departing. Vroom vroom. Destination, Inferno. Oh, there's music. What? Oh. Fancy. Face the sin, save the ego. Hello, new manager. Oh, it's got a streak. Let me see how we can continue playing through the story. Oh my god. And for now, the outcast. Vroom vroom. Select this button to continue playing through the story. Alright, chat. We've gone on here for what, an hour 20, and spent another hour and 10 before that downloading, because I didn't realize how long it was gonna take. I'm kind of tired. My voice needs a break. It's a lot of talking in this game. And I don't have Pim and Elena here to voice act for me. So I think we're gonna end. But this song is copyright. Alright. I will maybe mute it. I'll see how it goes when I upload. And then if I need to, I'll go back and mute it. Or cut it out. I don't know what I can do. But I might stream this again at some point. I think I'm a bit focused on Deltarune at the moment. But this is a fun game. I've never played any games like this. It's pretty cool. This has been fun. Yeah. What's unfortunate is I can't see what you say until I already end the stream because of how massive the stream delay is. But I'm gonna end now. So I just gotta figure out how to save the game. How do I Does it save automatically? Oh. Okay. There is a lot of things here. Wow. If it has lyrics, the song is performer copyright. Alright. Good to know.